Hey guys, it's Olofmeister here, and today I'm going to play first.
What is your first memory?
My first memory of Counter-Strike has to be when I was like 9 years old, I think, and my big brother was playing back home, and we only had one computer, or he had one computer, and he was playing Counter-Strike all the time. And as soon as he went to the toilet or just left the computer for 1 second, I was there playing as much as I could, and then he came back and started shouting at me to get off. But I played as much as I could, and I guess this was back in 1.3 or even earlier than that. I don't remember, but yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Who was your first inspiration?
My first inspiration, I don't know. I think I never really had any inspiration in like looking up to a certain player, but I always tried to be better than my big brother playing, and I think trying to beat him was my main goal. And then I just played because I loved the game, and I just played probably too much when I was young. But yeah,
When was the first time that you knew that you loved Counter-Strike?
the first time I knew I loved Counter-Strike, I don't know if I really understood it back then, but when I was a small kid, I don't know, maybe in third grade or something like that, fourth grade, when I finished school, I started to run home because I wanted to play Counter-Strike so much. I couldn't just walk; I needed to run home. So I think I loved the game already back then.
What was your first PC?
Oh yeah, my first PC. First of all, I just want to say that I suck at PCs. I just got a new one the other day, and my big brother still build them for me and like fix them. I barely know what's in them, but my big brother has always been putting together the pieces for me. And I don't know, back in when I went in fifth grade, I probably had a PC like his old ones. I always got his old ones back then, so I have no idea, but some old PC.
What was your first mouse?
My first mouse that I can remember was the 3.0 Intel mouse, I think it was. I think everyone in 1.6 played that one. And I still want that mouse to this day. I love that mouse.
What was your first LAN event?
I think my first memory that pops into mind is in 2013, I think it is. We went to Minsk. I think it was with LGB. I think it was with Krims, Dennis, Michael and Skytten, I want to say. And I just remember I was really nervous playing. And I remember when we landed, we were the only one that went there that wasn't like local when we went out of the flight from Sweden. And I remember when we landed, the first thing like the tourist or like the Tull guys said, it was like they just looked at us and said there's a big problem, and the only thing we needed to do was to pay a little extra to get into the country. But I remember that was a little bit nervous.
What was the first time you knew that you was good at CSGO?
I think my first time knowing that I was good at Counter-Strike, I think I always had a belief that I was good, but the moment when I realized I was probably when I played some gathers in 1.6 with like really good players, and people was thinking that I was cheating, right? Like really good players like Force and stuff like that. And I don't know if they were joking or what, but from like it's always like that when some like new kid comes up, you get cheat accusation, and yeah, I remember thinking that I just wanted to show them wrong.
What was the first time you realized that this could become a career?
The first time I realized that this could be a career, I don't know. I think when I joined Fnatic, back like in LGB, we never had any salary, and in Fnatic, when we started out, we had a salary, but was not something that you could live off. Like I think when I joined Fnatic, though, I think I knew that we could soon live out of it, because what we've been told and heard from other guys was that NIP had a salary big enough to live from. So we knew that we could be as good as them, and yeah, I think when I joined Fnatic.
What was your first wow moment?
My first WoW memory has to be the one where Virtus Pro won the major. Like seeing that big crowd for the first time, we never had that in CSGO before, and seeing that crowd go crazy, I think I was so amazed, and just remembering wanting to be there and wanting to be one of those guys on stage. And yeah, that's when I realized that the game is gonna become really really big.
What was your first trophy?
My first trophy was back in 2014, I want to say, in Kiev. We played the Star Series event. I think that was one of our first event as well together in Fnatic, and I just remember when we won that event that we had something really special because it we just clicked really really fast, and everything went smooth for us. I think we also had especially like JW, Flusha, and Pronax already had experience, so I remember feeling very like confident and calm with those guys from the start. So I think that helped a lot, and yeah, that was really special. And I remember us walking through Kiev with the big check of $14,000 in the middle of the night, and that was something I will always remember.
What was your first regret?
I don't know, like the first regret that comes to mind is I think I don't know, it's like me personal regret because there was the whole team, but back in 2015 or 16, like that we didn't try to work on the team more than we did, and we split up the first time with Fnatic, right? And came to back together. I think if we knew, I think we didn't understand how good that team were back then, and we didn't really try that much to fix the problems that we had. And I think that we could have fixed them a lot easier than we did. But yeah, that's the first one that comes to mind.
What was your first rivalry?
My first rivalry has to be the NIP Fnatic one, and is probably always going to be the biggest one for me as well. Um, it's the Swedish rivalry, right? And you want to, like, those guys were the guys you looked up to, and you wanted to show them that you are as good as them or better, right? And that was always a big game for me. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.